To talk about the relevance of Bhagavad Gita in everyday life, we are honored to have amongst us Shri Vivek Bindra. On behalf of all gathered here, I extend a warm welcome to Shri Vivek Bindra, Shri Krishna Mani ji and Shri Dua and Shri Raskotra ji.
I feel very fortunate, honored, privileged. It's only after a great fortune one can have an opportunity to come and share the realizations amongst such devoted and privileged and already learned audience. हर एक पंछी की एक अपनी उड़ान की एक सीमा होती है. I will have my limitations, but I will try to my all capacity to share the best realizations on Bhagavad Gita. I was very fortunate to get an opportunity during these days to go through the teachings on Bhagavad Gita. Such beautiful, deep, powerful, immense realizations. We have an access to the thought process that He has made available to all of us. An access to Krishna was available to Arjuna, but through Arjuna it is now available to all of us. There may be a lot of great leaders, but I have felt the first ever motivational seminar which was spoken on the planet Earth was 5,200 years ago. The first ever motivational leadership workshop which was given on the planet Earth was in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, not in a air-conditioned conference room like this. It was spoken when there was a deep crisis. The war was not with the words. The war, people were ready to kill each other. The way Arjuna had his own battle, we all have different battles. I am Vivek Bindra, international corporate trainer, motivational speaker. I may have my own battle. The lawyers, doctors, chartered accountants, teachers, students, everybody has his own battle. Amongst our battles, sometimes we get a little demotivated and discouraged to actually fight. So Krishna has given a detailed discussion, and the entire Bhagavad Gita, you will be surprised and also happy to know, was spoken in entire 48 minutes. That's called one Muhurta. Let me share with you, Bhagavad Gita has 700 shlokas, out of which 574 are spoken by Krishna. 84 are spoken by Arjuna, 41 by Sanjaya, and 1 by Dhritarashtra. There are 4 characters. हमारे लिए दुर्भाग्य की बात यह है कि साहब हम भगवद गीता को लाल कपड़े में लपेट के अंदर मंदिर में रख देते हैं, प्रणाम करते हैं, but we don't get an opportunity to read it. विदेशी किताबें we might like to buy books from American authors, but we miss out the original author who gave the Bhagavad Gita to us. मेरे एक client हैं Mr. Garg, I may not, because the recording is going on, I may not give the name in detail. He was telling me once, Mr. Bindra, मेरे दादाजी लाहौर से लाए थे गीता, ये देखिए, ये 1942 की गीता, रोज प्रणाम करके दफ्तर जाते थे. उन्होंने मेरे पिताजी को दिया, वो भी रोज प्रणाम करके दफ्तर जाते थे. उन्होंने मुझे दिया, मैं भी रोज प्रणाम करके दफ्तर जाता हूं. मैं अपने पुत्र को दूंगा, वो भी प्रणाम करके दफ्तर जाएगा. अरे साहब सब प्रणाम करेंगे, पढ़ेगा कोई नहीं. अगर प्रणाम करने में इतनी ताकत है तो पढ़ लिया तो चमत्कार हो जाएगा. यस नो? कम ऑन, यस नो? Let us have a deep, detailed, whatever time available, 60, 70, 90 minutes of discussion on Bhagavad Gita and understand how Bhagavad Gita can give me powerful motivational tools to handle tough times in life. Do you all sometimes experience tough times in life? Yes, no? Yes. Okay. So today, let us discuss in life, in daily life, what can I apply from Bhagavad Gita which will give me a lot of power and strength and amazing realizations I can handle just by practicing Bhagavad Gita. Are you all ready? Yes, no? Yes. Fantastic. Here we go with the first shloka, chapter number 1, Bhagavad Gita by Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra was the king. And he says, and that's the first shloka, he did not speak after that. That's all. Before going forward, the first thing and first learning here is that Dhritarashtra was a patient listener, at least, if not a good listener, if not a great listener, he was certainly a patient listener. After the first shloka, that Sanjay was very smart. Dhritarashtra only wanted to know what is happening in the battlefield. मेरे पुत्रों के साथ क्या हुआ जरा संजय बताओ मुझे. But Sanjay was smart. He gave the entire Bhagavad Gita. You know, sometimes the political leaders are like that. When you look at them, when you watch their interviews, उनसे पूछते हैं क्या एजेंडा है आपका इस साल. They will talk about their achievements. They will talk about आपके यहाँ पे ये 3 जो क्राइसिस आए हैं उसका जवाब दीजिए. They will again talk about their achievements. They know what to speak, when to speak, how to speak. So Sanjay was the principal secretary, the best bureaucrat of his own time to Mr. Dhritarashtra. And then the way he spoke, he gave what he wanted to give or what is right for the king. He was a Brahmin in the sense, an intellectual man who gives the right guidance. Let us go with the shloka. Let's go one by one. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharam kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsava mamaka pandavaschaiva kim kurvat Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra says, O Sanjay, Dhritarashtra uvacha means Dhritarashtra speaks. Dharam kshetre kurukshetre, in the dharam kshetra of Kurukshetra, samaveta, all of them, yuyutsava, yuddha karne aaye hain. मामका मेरे पांडवाश्चैवा पांडु के पुत्र किम कुर्वत संजय. हे संजय उन्होंने क्या किया मुझे बताओ. So मामका पांडवा. One important thing that I want to point out here is the wicked mentality of Dhritarashtra. Many times in families, even in corporate culture, we see people try to bifurcate their own people. मामका पांडवा. He could have said, हमारे पुत्रों ने क्या किया, पर उन्होंने वही अलग कर दिया. ये मेरे पुत्र हैं, ये पांडु के पुत्र हैं, इन्होंने क्या किया बताइए. And the moment we give that kind of a feeling and understanding to our family members and children, हमारे भाई के बच्चों ने क्या किया, हमारी बहन के बच्चों ने क्या किया, they don't say हमारे बच्चों ने क्या किया. And this is also, which is something happening, the challenge in the finance team and the marketing team and the sales team and the production and procurement and the quality and the supply chain. Everybody is saying, मेरी team, ये इसकी team. मामका पांडवा. You know, many times we ask people, ये भगवद गीता किसके लिए बोली गई है? People say अर्जुन के लिए बोली गई है. Then I don't say अर्जुन के लिए बोली गई है. Then they get an understanding. Oh, अच्छा अच्छा समझ, हमारे लिए बोली गई. नहीं, हमारे लिए नहीं बोली गई, मेरे लिए बोली गई. Yes, no? Yes. You know what? Sometimes we jokingly talk to our clients. बोले कंपनी किसकी है? They will say हमारी है. हमारी नहीं है, बोलिए मेरी है. बोले ऐसा? हाँ. वो वाइफ किसकी है? बोले हमारी नहीं है, वो मेरी है. वाइफ में. So similarly, we have to take the ownership. Take the ownership and responsibility. And किम कुर्वत संजय. संजय उन्होंने क्या किया बताओ मुझे. Now Sanjay begins. I have made some slides. I will straight go to the second chapter. But in the meanwhile, I will give you a background what happened in the first chapter. First chapter now was completely, almost entirely led by Arjuna. आप में से काफी लोग जानते होंगे, अर्जुन पहले अध्याय में कहते हैं कृष्ण मैं युद्ध नहीं करूंगा. कृष्ण मेरे परिजन स्वजन मेरे सामने खड़े हैं. I am into a dilemma. You want me to fight? I will not fight. Please try to understand. अश्रुपूर्ण कुलेक्षण, मेरी आंखों में आंसू आ गए हैं. रोमहर्षश्च जायते, मेरे रोंगटे खड़े हो गए हैं. You want me to fight, Krishna? I will not be able to fight. I am sorry. कृष्ण अर्जुन के साथ स्वयं थे, फिर भी अर्जुन को अपना युद्ध खुद ही लड़ना पड़ा. कृष्ण अर्जुन का युद्ध नहीं लड़ेंगे. Many times we want to leave our all worries and troubles to the Lord, that the Lord will take care, and we go into an inaction. We have to take an action. There is no satisfaction without action. बोले गंदे होने के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है? कुछ नहीं, बैठे रहो गंदे हो जाएंगे. साफ होने के लिए we have to take an action, go and take bath. To become bitter, we don't have to do anything. Keep sitting, we'll become bitter. To become better, we'll have to take action. So, पूरा अध्याय पहला अब अर्जुन बोलते हैं भाई मैं युद्ध नहीं करूंगा. कृष्णा, you say whatever you want to say, you do whatever you want to do, I will not be able to fight. And that was the condition. But the beautiful thing is, Krishna did not speak even one shloka in the entire first chapter. Krishna wanted Arjuna to clarify what is there in his mind, to puke out, vomit everything which is there, and he gets prepared to listen. But the challenge is इतना comfortable atmosphere नहीं था. तीर चल रहे थे वहाँ, किसी भी समय मारे जा सकते थे. अर्जुन, कृष्णा को said, अर्जुन मेरी बात सुनो, शाम को कमरे में निपटा लेंगे, अभी लड़ लो आप आज के. It's an 18 days war. आपस में डिस्कस कर लेंगे शाम को, अभी मुझे भी लग सकती है. तो no, I'm just on a lighter note saying that Krishna still kept quiet. He did not speak in between. You know why? Krishna is a super fantastic, amazing listener. So he knew that if I start speaking in between, और अर्जुन कुछ और बोल रहे हैं, मैं कुछ और बोल रहा हूं, हम डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाएंगे. इससे समस्या सुलझेगी या उलझेगी? उलझ जाएगी. Yes, no? But many times in our interactions in family, एक सर्वे बताता है कि पति, एक पुरुष पूरे जीवन के अंदर सबसे ज्यादा दोष अपनी पत्नी पे ही लगाता है. जितने भी इंटरैक्शंस होते हैं, people don't try to understand each other. You know, boss is not listening to the colleagues, his direct reports. Similarly, at those times, and Krishna showed how the principle here is, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. 2.7, then came a shloka. This is called U-turn shloka of Bhagavad Gita. दूसरे अध्याय तक कृष्णा अभी कुछ भी नहीं बोले, एक भी श्लोक नहीं बोले. Now when Arjuna spoke this shloka, in the shloka Arjuna says, I have understood one thing, that I have understood nothing. मैं एक बात समझ गया, मैं कोई बात नहीं समझा. He says, कार्पण्य दोषो उपहत स्वभावा पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता यत् श्रेयस्या निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेहं शारिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. Arjuna says, my dear Krishna, कार्पण्य दोषो, मेरे हृदय में दोष आ गया है. पूछ रहा हूं आपसे, पृच्छामि, पूछ रहा हूं. धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता, मेरा चित्त धर्म के विषय में सम्मूढ़. मूढ़ मीन्स फूल, सम्मूढ़ मीन्स अ स्पेशल काइंड ऑफ फूल. यश्रेयस्या निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे, निश्चित रूप से जो मेरे लिए अच्छा हो मुझे बताएं. Last line is very powerful. Complete surrender. He says, शिष्यस्तेहं शारिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. My dear Lord, दीन बंधु दीनानाथ, मेरी डोरी तेरे हाथ. Now I have surrendered unto your lotus feet completely, 100%, absolutely. And the moment surrender comes, and the moment Arjuna agrees, आप बताइए मुझे क्या करना है, then Krishna takes the mic. And what happens is, out of 18 chapter, पहला chapter अर्जुन ने लीड किया, connect हो गया, and now convincing becomes very easy. In our communication, if you connect with your client and with the counterpart, इतना सा convey करेंगे, वो इतना convince हो जाएगा. And if you don't connect, आप इतना convey करिए, वो इतना भी convince नहीं होगा. Yes, no? Yes. When the wife is trying to convince the husband, listen, I want to explain you this thing, and the husband is not connected on the same platform, wife is conveying this much, husband is not even this much convinced. Similarly, the friends and the colleagues everywhere in our daily life, if you have not connected properly, this is what Krishna did. Krishna got connected to Arjuna. You know, a lot of times, this happens everywhere I've seen in my life. The salesman who's not connected to a client. Yesterday somebody came to our office, we had a meeting, yesterday late night, 8 o'clock. The gentleman was not connected to us. He was trying to convey, both the presentation, we were not even this much convinced. Why? Because we were not connected. Krishna tried to connect first by developing a deep sense of relationships. So deeper your relationships, you see, you're going to grow in your leadership. And that's what actually Krishna did in the first chapter. Did not speak in between at all. At all. So, and 17 chapters, now Krishna is going to speak a lot. बचे हुए 38 minutes are enough for Krishna to completely motivate and give a bounce back ability which is powerful for Arjuna to get back up and fight again. Can I give you a small message, a small activity so that it doesn't become boredom? Could you all get up please? Quickly. Thank you. Each one of you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, can you touch your ears like this? Put your right foot forward. Yeah. Put a little weight on this and say, let, in Hindi we'll say in simple words, पहला अध्याय सुनिए समझिए. पहला अध्याय ध्यान से सुनिए. अब 17 अध्याय सुनाइए समझाइए. अब 17 अध्याय सुनाइए समझाइए. So what does this mean? A simple message. When some argument is going on, don't worry. Listen the first chapter. Seek to understand first. And now when you will speak, he'll be able to listen to you. Yes, no? Yes. Thank you. Please take your seats. A very simple message. It means first try to listen and understand. Seek to understand first, then to be understood. But everybody is seeking to give an explanation first. Nobody wants to hear the first chapter. So the first chapter means during an interaction, wait, listen. You may be knowing the solution. Don't give the solution in between, please. You know the solution already, but still request you not to speak. Keep listening, develop faith and connect. And then when you get an opportunity, this is how Krishna speaks by his achar. Pehle achar, phir prachar. The devotees who are only preaching without practice are hollow in their preaching. Yes, no? Yes. So first let us practice and then preach, and the preaching becomes very powerful. And then when you speak, people will believe. A lot of devotees everywhere around the world I've seen, not a lot, a few for sure, who will not practice but they are very expert preachers and their preaching will have no substance. The transformation will not take place. They are giving information but the transformation will not take place. So if you want transformation, how do you begin with the transformation? Can you take the right hand now please? Right hand out. Get the finger back in the head. No, get it on your face first. अगर व्यवहार अच्छा करना है तो, each one of you please, अगर व्यवहार अच्छा करना है तो पहले विचार अच्छा करिए. Yes, no? Yes. If you want to, no, right hand again. If you want to improve the foreground, let us first improve the background. Yes, no? Yes. Very good. You know, किसी ने एक बड़ा अच्छा शायर ने शेर बोला, मैं लगा रहा परिस्थितियां बदलने को यारो, मैं लगा रहा ताउम्र परिस्थितियां बदलने को यारो, जिस दिन मनस्थिति बदली परिस्थितियां खुद ब खुद बदल गई. So what's the central message? Can you bring the right hand out please? Right hand out. Okay, let's start rotating. अगर परिस्थितियां बदलनी है तो पहले मनस्थिति बदलो. Yes, no? Yes. Fantastic. Okay, let's go forward. So there are 5 kinds of listeners that Krishna is also teaching. One is called ignoring listening. You know, sometimes even when they come in the discourse, they are only sitting. कैसा था प्रोग्राम? बहुत बढ़िया था. क्या सीखा आपने? बस क्या बताएं क्या सीखा? कुछ तो बताइए, बस कुछ क्या, बहुत कुछ था. Some are better, they will pretend. The moment you look at them, they will start writing, they will start making notes. Very nice. Even students in the classroom, in the school, they will do like that. They are pretending that they are listening. Are they really listening? No. Then some are better, which are also not actually better. They are selective listeners. They will listen only to one thing, which they want to listen, rest of the thing they will not listen. The wise, when they will go back home, they will tell you, एक बात समझ में आई. बोलो क्या समझ में आई? हस्बैंड पूरा जीवन में दोष वाइफ पे लगाता है. The selective listeners, they will listen only what they want to listen, rest of the thing they will not listen. Then there are better listeners called attentive listeners. These are very serious people. And then active listeners. 5 things. Hear, understand, meditate, digest and apply. 5 steps. Hear, understand, meditate, digest and apply. They are going to apply these principles solid in their lives. They are ready for application. Yes, no?
Yes.
You know what? Then 2.14, a powerful shloka comes about difficult times. Do you sometimes experience some difficult times in life? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to hear the solution? Yes, no?
Yes.
There are two kinds of people in life, circumstantial and substantial. Circumstantial are those whose performance is based on circumstances around them. And substantial are those whose performance is not driven by circumstances, they are self-driven. Circumstantial are those, circumstance अच्छे हुए, या इनकी भी परफॉर्मेंस बहुत अच्छी. जैसे ही circumstances खराब हुए, finished. They are so weak that they are dependent on the circumstances to improve their performance. On the other side are substantial leaders. No matter what is going around them, they will continue doing what they are supposed to do. That's all. Shloka is Matra Sparshastu Konte Ya Shitoshan Sukh Dukkhada Agam Apayino Anityas Tam Satikshasva Bharata. Hey Bharatvanshi Arjun. Matra Sparshatu Konteya. Hey Kunti Putra Konteya. He says, sheet, ocean. Sheet, what does that mean? Very good. Ushna? Very good. Sardi, Garmi, sheet, ocean. Sukh, Dukh. They are temporary in nature. Can you have the right hand in front, please? Like this? Okay, like this. Not the thumbs up, like this. Or like this. Okay. Let's do it. Agam. Say it loudly. Apayino. Tough times will come. They will go away. Thank you. Tam Pratikshasva Bharata. Hey Arjun, इनको tolerate करो. ये आएंगे, चले जाएंगे. Nothing is permanent. Only change, which is constantly changing, is the change which is changingly changing. Yes, no?
Yes.
What does that mean? He says, Anityas. Anityas. Nitya matlab regular. जो रहेगा. Anitya matlab which is impermanent, which will come and go away. Hey Arjuna, don't worry. What do you want to become, the warrior or the warrior? Come on. Warrior. चिंता है कि डाकिनी काट कलेजा खाए. वैद बेचारा क्या करे, कहां तक दवा लगाए. So चिंता चिता के समान है. You have to do चिंतन. चिंता is about past and चिंतन is about future. Make an action plan in every tough time. Convert the tough times into an action. Convert the adversity into an opportunity. Instead of becoming a strongly mental man, become mentally strong man. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, let's go forward. Then Krishna talks about goal setting and focus in life. A survey says there are only less than 2% people in the world in metropolitan cities who got clear, defined, focused goals in life. The rest people are only running around. What is the use of running in a wrong direction at a high speed? And even if you're running in the right lane, but the direction is wrong, no matter what speed are you running at, it's going to only take you away from your destination. Yes, no?
Yes.
You're standing at Badarpur or probably at Ashram and you're willing to go to Faridabad and you start traveling on the other side. No matter how rightly you continue driving, if you're driving in a wrong direction, you end up reaching a wrong place even faster. Otherwise, you were only 10 kilometers away, 15 kilometers away from Faridabad. Now you are 30 kilometers away from Faridabad. No matter how rightly you continue driving. So we need to have a clear direction in life. What's the shloka? Let's chant the shloka. Would you all like to chant at least one or two few shlokas with me? Thank you. Please chant after me. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekaha purnandana बहुशाखा हि अनंतश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम. Krishna says vyavasay, occupation, atmika, myself, buddhi, intelligence. 3 words. Can you take out your left hand, please? Say vyavasay, right hand, atmika, and buddhi. Please do that again. Vyavasay, atmika, buddhi. 3 words. Krishna says in तीनों को क्या कर लो? एकः कुरु नंदना. Hey Guru Nandan, bring them all in one direction. You know, if I only make an offense and edit this shloka only for a minute, it means KRA Atmika Buddhi. For professional life, they've got people who've got KRAs, key responsibility areas. We've got family KRAs, we've got social KRAs. So Vyavatai, that's my KRA, and myself have to become one with that. लेकिन क्यों नहीं हो पाते हैं one? Why people are not becoming one with their duties and responsibilities? Because they get attracted to a lot of external agencies. And that's what Krishna says, Bahu Shakha, multi-branch. Bahu Shakha, multi-branch intelligence. Hiyarantasya, usko band kar do, kaat do. How do you know something which is multi-branch or not multi-branch? There is one way. Can you take your both the hand out? Say, Anukulasya sankalpa, Pratikulasya varjanam. For the devotee of the Lord, anything, let's do it again, accept the favorable, reject the unfavorable. There are a lot of things which are unfavorable towards your goal, towards your ultimate destination. Many things are unfavorable, reject them. Don't worry, reject them. Don't get emotional about them. It is okay to have emotions, but not okay to become emotional. It is okay to have sentiments, but not okay to become sentimental. A lot of things will come which are not favorable. Reject them, shun them away. Anukulasya sankalpa, accept the favorable. Pratikulasya varjanam, reject the unfavorable. And when you start doing that, you become even more focused. Yes, no? Yes. Bahu Shakha, Hiyarantasya. Cut off the multi-branch intelligence that is taking you out. Your mind has a very high speed. One of my friends, he was telling me during my college days, I always remember him. Such a distracted person he was. He told me, "Yeah, Vivek." I said, "Yes." आज बारिश हो रही है. Okay, then what? चल मुरथल चलते हैं, पराठे खा के आते हैं. Oh, okay, good, good. Next day he came again. Vivek, यार आज बारिश नहीं हो रही है. फिर चलो फिर मुरथल चलते हैं, पराठे खा के आते हैं. You know, anything, they're always finding an opportunity to enjoy their sense gratification. Keep only doing sense gratification. These are those people who normally naturally don't become so successful. Why? Because they're taking dictations of the mind. They're not giving dictations to the mind. Yes, no? Yes. Please learn not to take dictations from the mind, but to give dictations to the mind. Yes, no? Yes. Okay. So, that means, you know, even one time, this is called in-house training. Something is called outbound training, OBT. Have you heard of it? Once Dronacharya took Kauravas and Pandavas for an outbound training, probably to an area which is called Jim Corbett Park now. And he was training them on military arts. Lakdi ki chidiya, lakdi ki yaad. And I'm going to train you on military arts, my dear Kauravas and Pandavas. आपको उसकी आंख को भेदना है. Okay, okay, good. What to do? कुछ नहीं दुर्योधन, उठाओ धनुष लगाओ बाण. बताओ तुम्हें क्या दिखता है गुरुदेव? मुझे पेड़ दिख रहा है और चिड़िया दिख रही है और उसकी आंख भी दिख रही है और आकाश पत्ते सब साफ दिख रहा है. वेरी गुड, फैंटास्टिक. दुर्योधन वहां पीछे जाकर खड़े हो गए. एंड देन कम्स युधिष्ठिर, उठाओ धनुष लगाओ बाण, बताओ तुम्हें क्या दिखता है गुरुदेव? मुझे भी चिड़िया दिख रही है और उसके पंख भी दिख रहे हैं, उसकी आंख दिख रही है, उसका पूरा शरीर दिख रहा है. वेरी वेल डन युधिष्ठिर. पीछे साइड में आप भी जाके खड़े हो जाओ. And Nakul said, finally, lovely, finally. So everyone please, finally. Bhim. भीम उठाओ धनुष लगाओ बाण, बताओ तुम्हें क्या दिखता है गुरुदेव? मुझे आंख दिख रहे हैं. और क्या दिखता है भीम? गुरुदेव बहुत सारे आंख दिख रहे हैं. भीम तुम्हें चिड़िया की आंख दिख रही है? गुरुदेव मुझे तो चिड़िया ही नहीं दिख रही है. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम भीम. तुम भी वहां खड़े हो जाओ. एंड फाइनली कम्स अर्जुन. अर्जुन उठाओ धनुष लगाओ बाण, बताओ तुम्हें क्या दिखता है गुरुदेव? मुझे चिड़िया की आंख दिख रही है. और क्या दिखता है? बस चिड़िया की आंख दिख रही है. और क्या दिख रहा है? बस और तो कुछ नहीं दिख रहा, केवल चिड़िया की आंख दिख रही है. अर्जुन, मैं तुम्हारा गुरु तुम्हारे सामने खड़ा हूं, क्या तुम्हें आज मैं दिख रहा हूं? क्षमा चाहता हूं गुरुदेव, मुझे आज आप भी नहीं दिख रहे, मुझे तो बस चिड़िया की आंख दिख रही है. शाबाश अर्जुन, चलाओ की. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि एक कुरुनंदना. हे कुरुनंदन, focus only in one direction loudly? Yes, no?
Yes.
Come on, just no.
Yes.
When people have multiple directions, they will never ever become successful. Never ever become successful. Why? Because they are too much enjoying the sense gratification. And then I know one boy, Mr. Mishra, he got 3rd rank All India in IAS. He wrote a mail to me thanking, saying that thank you very much, Mr. Bindra. मुझे तो बस चिड़िया की आँख ही दिख रही थी. But there are people who are involved in the Bhoga Aishwarya. They are too much attached to the Bhoga and the Aishwarya. What happens? Saya prita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho navidiyate. Such people will never enter into samadhi. They will never enter into adoption. Why? Because they are too attached to Bhoga and the Aishwarya. Multi-branch intelligence. Let's go forward. So you can't play football if there is no goal post. You need to have a clear defined goal in life. No goal means no direction. Most popular shloka of Bhagavad Gita and most misunderstood shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Would you like to understand the shloka? Yes, no?
Yes.
Let's chant the shloka. I'm sure all of you already mostly would be knowing the shloka. Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karan phal hetur bhur ma te sangasva karmani. Now Krishna says, when we talk about the shloka in corporates, वो बोले सर अगर फल मिलना ही नहीं है सैलरी महीने के लास्ट में तो फिर कर्म कौन करेगा? कर्म करो और फल की इच्छा मत करो. No, when Krishna says the shloka, he says when you are doing your karma, do not too much focus upon the phala at that time. If you are focused on the fruits, not on the roots, you will neither get fruits nor get roots. Yes, no?
Yes.
What is more important, the fruits or the roots? Come on.
Roots.
Why? You will get good fruits. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Bring your right hand up. Let's keep doing some activity. Okay. If you want good fruits, first improve the roots. Yes, no?
Yes.
Fantastic. That's what Krishna says. Focus on the action, result is only a byproduct. You are focusing on the byproduct, you're doing nothing but actually eventually reducing your focus on the action for the byproduct. Yes, no?
Yes.
What do you want? Chinta yukta or chinta mukta? Chinta mukta. Chinta yukta or chinta mukta? This is called chinta mukta. Effort with worry or effort without worry? Effort without worry. And this is what is going to, this is called a psychological energy conservation shloka. It is going to conserve all your psychological energies if you are focusing only on the focus. And you are not focusing on the byproduct of the focus. Whatever is your influence, focus upon the influence, not on the concern. People are focusing on the concern rather than the influence. So they neither have the concern nor have the influence. Focus on the sure rather than unsure. Because if you focus on the unsure, leaving the sure, you will neither have the sure nor have the unsure. Yes, no?
Yes.
If you focus on something which is already in the hand, don't put both your feet inside the water to check the depth of the water. It's very risky. If you only focus on the result, you know, a lot of times, a lot of energy is actually depleted thinking about what is going to happen. That's called phala. That's only a concern. मैं ये करूँगा तो ये मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा? What's the thumb rule? Krishna says, कर्म करेंगे तो हो सकता है फल मिले, हो सकता है ना मिले, लेकिन कर्म नहीं करेंगे तो पक्का हो गया फल नहीं. Yes, no?
Yes.
Fantastic. Very important shloka. अपूर्यमानम अचला प्रतिष्ठम समुद्रमापा प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामा यं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. कृष्ण से समुद्र में नदियां हमेशा प्रवेश करती रहती हैं. हमेशा समुद्र में नदियां प्रवेश करती हैं. All 6 days in a week. Yes, no? Lovely. Yes, no? No. All 7 days in a week. So I'll keep bluffing you like that. Huh? Remain awake. Attention is directly proportional to retention. You will retain if you remain attentive. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, good. समुद्र में नदियां प्रवेश करती है नॉट 6 days in a week but 7 days in a week. और कब से प्रवेश कर रही है? कम से कम 100 साल से प्रवेश कर रही है. यस नो? नो, उससे बहुत पहले से. 5200 साल पहले कृष्ण ने कहा था, तब से तो कर ही रही है, उससे भी बहुत पहले से कर रही होगी. यस नो? गुड, वेरी गुड. लेकिन समुद्र फिर भी क्या रहता है? स्थिर रहता है. कृष्ण से समुद्रमापा प्रविशन्ति यद्वात्. आपा मतलब वाटर is entering inside. प्रविशन्ति प्रवेश कर रहा है यद्वात्. And then लेकिन अचला प्रतिष्ठम. The samudra remains pratisthit. Samudra doesn't keep changing. It is always stable. Similarly, ठीक उसी प्रकार हमारे मन में विचार भी आते रहेंगे तरह तरह के हमेशा. लेकिन शांति किसको मिलेगी? शांति मापनोति न काम कामी. शांति केवल उसको मिलेगी जिसको कामना आएगी पर वो कामी नहीं बनेगा. कामना आएगी पर वो कामी नहीं बनेगा. Somebody was asking, ये बड़े बड़े स्वामी जी, गुरु जी आजकल कितने सारे आ गए हैं समाज में, इनको कैसे बुरे विचार आ जाते हैं? आएंगे, इनको भी आ सकते हैं. कृष्ण बोल रहे हैं. कृष्ण क्या कह रहे हैं? विचार आएंगे पर अनुकूलस्य संकल्प प्रतिकूलस्य वर्जनम. एक्सेप्ट द फेवरेबल विचार, रिजेक्ट द अनफेवरेबल विचार. यस नो? द रिवर्स विल ब्रिंग ऑल द फिल्थ इनसाइड. Rivers will bring all the contamination inside. You reject that, please. शांति किसको मिलेगी? शांति मापनोति न काम कामी. शांति केवल उसको मिलेगी जिसको कामना तो आएगी. नॉक नॉक. व्हाट इज इट? कुछ नहीं यार, संडे है, कहाँ बैठा है यहाँ पे? आज संडे कहीं एंजॉय करते, कहीं चल के परिक्रमा, सेंटर स्टेज, लेट्स हैव अ रिवॉल्विंग रेस्टोरेंट, वाइन एंड डाइन. कम ऑन, कहाँ फंस गया? Very good. That's a dictation given by the mind. If you follow the dictation of the mind and leave the seminar and go, no shanti. Shanti comes, कामना आएगी, कामी नहीं बनूंगा. Desire आएगी, I will not fulfill every desire. I will only fulfill those desires which are actually focused and going to help me to achieve my ultimate success in life. Yes, no? Yes. साइंस बोलती थी कि पहले स्पीड बहुत तेज है, एयर की, लाइट की, साउंड की, इसकी, उसकी. नाउ दे अग्री, सबसे तेज स्पीड है माइंड की. यस नो? नाउ न्यू दिल्ली गोज टू न्यूयॉर्क इन नो टाइम, रीचेस न्यू जर्सी इन नो टाइम, न्यूजीलैंड इन नो टाइम, नवी मुंबई इन नो टाइम, बैक इन न्यू दिल्ली इन नो टाइम. माइंड ट्रैवल्स वेरी फास्ट एंड इट मेक यू ट्रैवल वेरी फास्ट. हाउ डू यू फोकस दैट? शांति किसको मिलेगी? एंड दिस टाइम आई वांट यू टू चैंट आफ्टर मी. शांति मापनोति न काम कामी. शांति केवल उसको मिलेगी जिसको तरह तरह की कामनाएं आएंगी. यानी कि हिमालय में बैठे बाबा, उनको भी कामना आ सकती है, पर शांति तब मिलेगी जो कामी नहीं बनेंगे. कामना आना is not going to make you contaminated. Becoming kami makes you contaminated. विश्वामित्र मुनि 7000 साल तक तपस्या की एक स्थान पे बैठ के. कामना आई, कामी बने, इसीलिए उनकी चर्चा हो रही है. सौबरी मुनि समुद्र के नीचे जाके 30,000 साल तक तपस्या किए. 2 मछलियों को मैथुन करते हुए देख लिया, बाहर आकर के 30 विवाह किए. कामना आई, अगर रिजेक्ट कर देते, कामी नहीं बनते, he was successful. So Kamna can come in Samudra or in Himalaya or even while attending a seminar. Yes, no? Okay. It is where I am, my conscious mind will be able to either reject or accept based on my focus. इतनी ताकत तो मुझमें होनी ही चाहिए. इतनी ताकत तो मुझमें होनी चाहिए कि मैं अपने माइंड को रेगुलेट कर सकूं. Yes, no? I am not a weak man. I have to become a powerful man from today onwards. At least इस वर्कशॉप के बाद आज जब बाहर जाएंगे, इतनी ताकत तो होनी चाहिए कि मैं माइंड के कौन से इंस्ट्रक्शन को एक्सेप्ट करूंगा, कौन से रिजेक्ट करूंगा, ये रेगुलेशन मेरे पास होए. Now something about leadership in family. Very important shloka. Krishna talks about leadership. यद यदाचरति श्रेष्ठा तत् तत् एव करो जना सयत् प्रमाणम कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते. Krishna says, yad yad, please say that, yad yad, jaisa jaisa. Say everyone, should you all say that straight please? Yeah, very good. Boli yad yad, jaisa jaisa, tad tad, वैसा वैसा, जैसा जैसा लीडर करेगा वैसा वैसा फॉलोअर करेगा, जैसा जैसा लीडर कहेगा वैसा वैसा फॉलोअर कभी नहीं करेगा। You know what does that mean? It means यद यद आचरति, जैसा जैसा आचार वैसा वैसा प्रचार, पराचार से पहले विचार को ठीक करें। Yes, no? Yes. Fantastic. Good. So every change, जब भी पृथ्वी के इतिहास में कोई बड़ा परिवर्तन आया है उसको कई लोगों ने मिलकर शुरू किया है। Yes, no? Say loudly. Yes, no? Yes. Say loudly. Yes, no? Yes. No. उसको हमेशा एक व्यक्ति ने अकेले शुरू किया है। पृथ्वी के इतिहास में कोई भी बड़ा क्रांति कई लोगों ने मिलकर कभी शुरू नहीं करी है, वो एक व्यक्ति शुरू करता है, बाद में कारवां जुड़ता जाता है। यस नो? रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर का है शायद वो गाना जिसको अमिताभ बच्चन अभी गा रहे थे, जोरी तोरो डाक शुनिक्यो नायास बेन तोबे एकला चोरे। So if by my leadership is not by instruction, leadership is by inspiration. Yes, no? Yes. Leadership is not by prachar, leadership is by achar. What is my acharan? Acharya word comes from achar. जो अपने आचरण से सिखाता हो वही असली आचार्य होता है। अगर आचार कमजोर है, प्रचार कितना भी अच्छा हो देर तक चलेगा नहीं। तो सयत प्रमाणम कुरुते, यही तो असली प्रमाण बनेगा। When everybody will start following you, so everything that you want others to follow, first let me become even more stronger in following my principles. That's all. And the moment you see somebody not following the principles in your team, don't correct them. You start following it all the more, and you will see it will happen. It will give a lasting effect for everyone. Yes, no? Yes. But Krishna says, how do you have to begin in controlling the body and controlling the mind and controlling the senses? How do you begin in not committing more sins? Where do you begin? What is the first step in becoming focused? Would you like to learn that? Yes, no? Yes. Krishna says, Tasmatvam indriyanyahado niyamya bharatarshava papmanam prajahi ehenam jnana vijnana nashanam. Krishna says, if you want to begin, the beginning begins with indriyanyahado. Indriyo se shuru karo. Indriya matlab five senses. Look at the five senses. Eyes, nose, ears, skin and tongue. Out of which sometimes skin is considered to be very dangerous. Why? Because the attraction which comes from satisfaction of the genitals, which is called opposite sex attraction most popularly, drives away the man's intelligence in such a way that gives you what? Jnana vijnana nashanam. Jnana और विज्ञान का नाश कर देता है. Krishna says, for the satisfaction of your tongue, ears, what you want to hear, people want to hear their glorifications. मेरी तारीफ जहां होगी ना साहब वहां अच्छा लगता है बैठने में. बोलता नहीं है व्यक्ति, सोचता है ऐसा. In Kali Yuga there is an attraction to distraction. So much of distraction is there. The Kali Yuga naturally man gets attracted to every distraction that comes on his way. तो थोड़ी सी भी आवाज होगी इधर उधर जरूर देखेगा, will not remain focused. बोलो बच्चों की आवाज हुई थी तो 30% of the crowd went, which is the child? Let me see. Now, what is going to be achieved? Nothing. But that's called focus. Now Krishna says, इंद्रियों को नहीं हिलने देना है. विचार आ भी गया, तब भी जाऊंगा नहीं पूरा करने. I will stop that. विचार is there because of my previous contaminations, but I will not take an action. Regulate the actions and the thoughts on both the sides. बोला thought आ गया तो action control कर लूंगा. Action होने जा रहा है तो उससे पहले thought control कर लूंगा. There are two kind of treatments, prophylactic, antiseptic. एक है जब बीमारी बाहर हो दवाई दे देते हैं वैक्सीनेशन, एक है जब बीमारी अंदर चली जाए तो एंटीसेप्टिक दे देते हैं. सो एंटीसेप्टिक एंड प्रोफिलैक्टिक, कृष्ण इज गिविंग बोथ. बोले अंदर से विचार आया तो बाहर से काम नहीं करना है, और बाहर अगर गलत विचार घूम रहे तो अंदर नहीं घुसने देना है. डू बोथ द थिंग्स, राइट? सो नाउ दिस इज वन श्लोका, very powerful teaching. I loved it so much and I picked it up from the shloka of Bhagavad Gita. This is the exact saying by the Baba: if you come one step towards me, I shall come 100 towards you. If you shed one tear of joy in bhakti, I shall wipe 100. Krishna says, ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तं तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वशः। कृष्ण says, ये यथा, जो जैसा, तम तथा, उसको वैसा, ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते, जो जितना मेरी शरण में आता है, तम तथैव भजाम्यहम्। अभी कितने लोगों ने भजन किया था यहाँ पे आज मॉर्निंग में? How many participants were there? Very nice. Krishna says, अगर आप मेरा भजन करते हैं ना, then what? ताम तथैव भजाम्यहम्। मैं भी उतना ही increasingly return में उस व्यक्ति का भजन करता हूँ, जो जितना मेरा भजन करता है। आप 1%, he will take care of 99%. You just take one step, he will take care of rest 99. Yes, no? Yes. एक बड़ा famous saying है, सुनता था मैं. I don't know, it doesn't come from the Shastra, but the famous saying. और आप कृष्ण के नाम में तो कृष्ण आपके काम में, लेकिन आप अगर अपने काम में तो फिर वो भी अपने धाम में। Yes, no? Yes. So that's what here Swami says. He says, if you come one step, just take one step, the rest will be taken care of. Yes, no? Yes. So ये यथा, जो जैसा, तम तथा, उसको वैसा increasing return मिलता है। This is called law of increasing return. When you give more than what you get, sooner time will come, you will get far more than the more that you gave in the past. We don't become owner by taking ownership. We become owner by taking ownership and not by post and position. I will share with you on this. I have a client of mine, Mr. Agarwal. उनके एक दोस्त, अग्रवाल जी का 600 करोड़ का बिजनेस है, he was a retired army officer. एक उनका दोस्त 2006 he comes to him. बोलते यार अग्रवाल, why don't you please help me? He said, oh okay. यार you were colonel with me in Indian Army. You're looking for a job? Don't worry. You come and join me as a GM. उनको अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में GM रख देते हैं। अग्रवाल जी बहुत पॉपुलर व्यक्ति हैं, रोज इनको हम टेलीविजन में भी देखते हैं। अग्रवाल जी has a business about 600-800 crores now, even more. कुछ दिन हफ्ते महीने बीतते हैं, वो दोस्त साथ काम कर रहा था as a GM. एक दिन रात को 7:45 बजे both were sitting on a cup of coffee. Casually he asked him, यार अग्रवाल एक बात बता। बोले पूछना। यार अग्रवाल आज एक कैजुअल बात पूछना चाहता हूं। बोले पूछना। तूने और मैंने इकट्ठे एनडीए के एग्जाम्स दिए थे, हाँ या ना? He said, हाँ। तू और मैं इकट्ठे इंडियन आर्मी ज्वाइन किए थे, हाँ या ना? He said, हाँ। तूने और मैंने इकट्ठे लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल से कर्नल भी बने थे, हाँ या ना? And Agarwal ji says, हाँ। 1988 में तू और मैं इकट्ठे वीआरएस लेके वापस आए थे, हाँ या ना? And Agarwal ji says, हाँ। दोस्त, आज तू कहां है? 800 करोड़ की कंपनी चला रहा है और मैं कहां हूं तेरी कंपनी में छोटा सा जीएम। ये किस्मत नहीं है तो और क्या है? ये किस्मत नहीं है तो और क्या है? Then Agarwal ji said, my dear friend, I didn't want to bring this up, but because you've asked me the question, let me answer you today. बोले दोस्त, याद कर एक दिन 1987 में बरात से लौट के 4 किलोमीटर चल के पैदल हम अपने कमरे में आए थे और मुझे तभी याद आया कि हम वहां बत्ती जली छोड़ आए। I requested you कि चलते हैं वापस, यार चल के बत्ती बुझा के आते हैं। You know what did you tell me? इसे यार क्या एक बत्ती बुझाने जाएंगे वापस 4 किलोमीटर पैदल चल के? I requested you, insisted you again, and you said यार कितनी जल रही है, एक बत्ती तो जल रही है, सो जा, तुम्हें बुझा दी जाएगी। When I insisted you again, you told me यार किसकी जल रही है बत्ती? ना तेरी जल रही है ना मेरी जल रही है, सरकार की जल रही है, तू क्यों चिंता करता है? सो जा, सुबह बत्ती बुझ जाएगी, रात के 11:30 बज रहे हैं। बोला दोस्त, तू अपने कमरे में जाके उस दिन सो गया था और मैं वापस जाकर के बत्ती बुझा के आया। दोस्त, वो दिन था और आज का दिन है, वो दिन था और आज का दिन है। तू तब भी एम्प्लॉय ही था, इसीलिए तू आज भी एम्प्लॉय ही है, और मैं तब भी ओनर ही था, इसीलिए मैं आज भी ओनर ही हूं। A man becomes owner not by post and position, he becomes owner by accepting the ownership and responsibility. Yes, no? Yes. You know, I have a friend of mine, 6 साल पहले मैं उससे मिला, उसका नाम है गौरव मिश्रा, from मिर्जापुर। मैं कहा और गौरव क्या हो रहा है? बस होना क्या है, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बन गया हूं सीधा। Oh, okay, very good, very good. फिर nothing यार. डिप्टी मैनेजर फाइनेंस कैंपस प्लेसमेंट सीधा. ओह ओके ओके, वो भी सीधा. वेरी नाइस यार. कुछ नहीं, बस 40,000 रुपए महीना ले रहा है भाई. सीधा. ओह वेरी गुड यार, फैंटास्टिक, सुपर हिट. तू बड़ा मेहनती आदमी है. नहीं, मेहनत का है कि मिस्टर बिंद्रा, मेहनत नहीं मैं करता. जितनी तनख्वाह मिलती है उतना ही काम करता हूं, ना 1 इंच ज्यादा ना 1 इंच कम. ओके ओके, वेरी नाइस. आई लव, because this is something I felt is becoming little not ununderstandable, and I met him again after 6 years recently. मैंने कहा, और मिश्रा जी कहाँ पहुंच गए, डिप्टी मैनेजर से जनरल मैनेजर सीधा. And then you know what he replied? बोले नहीं मिस्टर बिंद्रा, हम तो आज भी वही है, ना 1 इंच ज्यादा ना 1 इंच कम. These are those people who will never grow in their life. Yes, no? Yes. They will never grow in their life. Why? Because they don't want to take ownership and responsibility. That's all. That's all. रघुपति राघव राजा राम, जितनी तनख्वाह उतना काम. And their understanding is so much polluted and contaminated. इनका एक नुकसान क्या है मैं आपको बताऊं. इनका एक नुकसान ये कि ये वो लोग हैं जो अपनी वर्थ को अपनी सैलरी के साथ इक्वेट कर लेते हैं. एंड दे थिंक कि यही मेरी कीमत है. हो सकता है उसकी वर्थ हो million times better and he can do great things, but because he has evaluated his personal worth, his capacity of his worth to the salary that he is getting today, his future is doomed, finished, gone, absolutely done. Nothing he can ever do in the life. जितना मार्केट में इन्फ्लेशन होगा ना, उसी के नजदीक थोड़ी सैलरी बढ़ जाएगी उसकी और पूरी लाइफ के स्ट्रगल जैसे ही खत्म हो जाएंगे. यस नो? यस. बट पीपल हु टेक ओनरशिप, दे गो बाय फार मेनी टाइम्स. There is a shloka in Bhagavad Gita on Samman, on respect, on team building, on teamwork. Would you like to listen to that shloka? Yes, no? Yes. The shloka is Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shunichaiva Swapakehecha Pandita Samadarshana. Krishna says, जब विद्या आती है ना, असली विद्या आती है तो विनम्रता भी आती है, विनय. और उस विनय से क्या होता है? ब्राह्मण को, गाय गवी, हस्तिनी हाथी को, शुनी कुत्ते को, श्वपाके कुत्ते को मार के खाने वाले को, मीट ईटर, you know. Pandita Samadarshina, a man who is a learned man will have an equal vision to all. It means respect. Respect means respect. Bifurcate. Respect. Spect means to see. Re means to again. Again look into some good qualities of that person. You will find out something good in him. जब पेड़ में अधिक फल लग जाते हैं वो पेड़ ज्यादा आकर जाता है. यस नो? नो. वो ज्यादा? Oh, very good, very good. वो पेड़ ज्यादा झुक जाता है. So that's what Krishna says. Pandita Samadarshina, have Saman Darshan. You are always ready and excited to give respect to the minister, but give an equal respect also to a maid servant. Yes, no? Yes. The protocol of physical activities may be a little different. You will not get up when the maid servant comes. It is not Pandita Samakarmana, it is Pandita Samadarshina. The karma may be different, but the darshan behind the karma will be different. Yes, no? Yes. So what is Krishna saying? Improve the feeling behind the dealing. Can you bring your right hand front, please? Say, if you want to improve the dealing, first improve the feeling behind the dealing. Very good. If you want to improve the content, first improve the intent. Yes, no? Very good. Let us improve the intent behind the content will automatically improve. Let us improve the background behind the foreground will automatically improve. Let us improve the roots behind the fruits will automatically improve. Okay, fantastic. And I'll go forward now. A little bit for 10 minutes on mind control. Would you like to learn mind control? Yes, no? Yes. Okay. Krishna says, Uddhare Atmana Atmanam Avsadiyed Atme hi Atmano Bandhur Atme Vipuratmana. He says, a man must elevate himself by his own mind, not degrade himself. The mind is a friend and his enemy as well. यही मन आपको बहुत ऊंचा लेके जा सकता है और यही मन बहुत नीचे भी गिरा सकता है. स्वामी विवेकानंद और दाऊद इब्राहिम दोनों के IQ लेवल बहुत हाई हैं. एक व्यक्ति ने पृथ्वी को आबाद किया है, एक ने बर्बाद किया है. यस नो? The same mind can actually help you go anywhere. And same mind can purify and contaminate you based on how you choose to do your activities. Krishna says, very powerful shloka. He says, for him who has conquered the mind, mind is best of the friends. But who has failed to do so, mind becomes greatest enemy. So you have to conquer the mind. How do you conquer the mind? You can't control the mind, you can only regulate the mind. You can only regulate the mind by giving instructions. I heard, मेरा एक दोस्त है बोलता है यार ये मन का राजा है, जो मन कहता है ये वो करता है. Have you heard such statement in life? Yes, no? Yes. Foolish statement. I'm sorry to say that. मन का राजा नहीं है, वो मन का गुलाम है. जो जो मन ने कहा इसने वो किया, तो ये मन का राजा कहाँ हुआ, ये तो मन का गुलाम हुआ. Yes, no? Yes. Don't follow what mind says. Give instructions to the mind. It is called, the process is called auto-suggestion. What is it called? Atma-sujhav. Auto-suggestion. Give a suggestion to your mind and let your mind become your business partner. You will do great things in life. Now, you see, this is how what is happening actually. Suicide in the two best technologically advanced countries in the world are highest, US and Japan. You know what? Per 100 marriages, so many divorces are coming up. In US, Canada, Denmark. The highest selling business in America of a doctor is a psychiatrist. Every American, every second American, that means 50% of the population is visiting a psychiatrist at least once in a year. And psychiatrist himself is seeing so many patients, while going back home he gets tired, he visits another psychiatrist. Most confusing day in America is called Father's Day. You know why? Half America is confused. Who do I go and say Happy Father's Day? And remaining half is confused. Somebody might come and tell me Happy Father's Day. So much confusion is there. But in India, if you say, tell me a Hindi word for divorce, there is no Hindi word for divorce. Can you give me a Hindi word for divorce? No. It's not possible. It's not there in the dictionary. It is not there in the dictionary. Why? Because the value systems are strong when people get together, they get together really. Right? But because the feelings are not good, the dealings are also poor. Bangalore, mini Silicon Valley is becoming the #1 suicide city of our country. Why? Running at a high speed but in the wrong direction. Steadily increasing every day, every year. Why? What's the reason? Because of the lack of mind control. You know, in schools, पहले बच्चे कम शैतानी करते थे, च्युइंगम चिपकाते थे, चौक मारते थे, थोड़ी शैतानी करते थे, distracting the teacher. But now, you go to the schools. 3 most serious problems in the school: abusive drug addiction, teenage pregnancy, student gunning down the teachers and the classmates. Major crisis. Why? Because of the lack of mind control. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. Life is like a pendulum. So Krishna says, a powerful shloka. He says, Jitatmana prashantasya paramatma samahita shitoshan sukh dukkheshu tatha manatmaniyo. He says, Jit atmana, जिसने मन को जीत लिया है, परमात्मा समाहिता, उसे परमात्मा तो ऑलरेडी मिल गया. जिसने मन को जीत लिया उसे परमात्मा ऑलरेडी मिल गया. परमात्मा समाहिता. And then what? Sheep, ocean, sukh dukkheshu tatha manapamaniyo. This man, if he experiences sheep and ushna, sardi, garmi, sukh, dukh, man, apaman, jaya, jayo, victory or failure, whatever he experiences in his life, he is what? Equanimity. Somehow mein aa jayega. Why? Because the mind is already regulated. Yes, no? Yes. Come on, yes, no? Yes. So regulation of the mind is very important. If you learn to regulate the mind, you can do great wonders in life. You know, people don't know what powers they have. They've actually weak beliefs. Weak belief system is actually not helping them to grow great in life. So much. We've got limitless limits and unlimited we can actually grow, but because I have a conditioning in the background, foreground has become weak. हाथी छोटा बच्चा था, चेन से उसको बांध के रखा, भागने की कोशिश किया चेन तोड़ने की, नहीं तोड़ पाया. 1, 2, 3 साल के बाद जब हाथी बड़ा हुआ, 5 साल के बाद उसको जूट की रस्सी से पेड़ के साथ बांध देते हैं, बट ही इज कन्विंस्ड कि वो रस्सी को नहीं तोड़ पाएगा. खाली खींचने से भी टूट सकती है, बट ही इज कन्विंस्ड वो नहीं तोड़ पाएगा. यस, नो? सिमिलरली वी आर कन्विंस्ड अबाउट आवर लिमिटेशंस. नाउ डिसिप्लिन, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Discipline is important for devotion in life. Yes, no? Yes. So Krishna speaks about discipline. Yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu युक्त स्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः। कृष्ण से युक्त आहार, भोजन कैसा होना चाहिए? युक्त। युक्त विहार, घूमना फिरना होना चाहिए युक्त। युक्त चेष्टा एंड युक्त कर्म, द कर्म एंड एंडेवर शुड बी युक्त, रेगुलेटेड, युक्त, एवरीथिंग शुड बी युक्त। युक्त स्वप्न, निद्रा शुड बी युक्त। सम पीपल स्लीप अ लॉट, सम पीपल डोंट स्लीप, सम पीपल ईट अ लॉट, सम पीपल टू मच डू डाइटिंग। ऑल आर डेंजरस, एवरीथिंग इज डेंजरस। Yogo bhavati dukkha. This is going to remove the dukkha, becoming regulated in our habits. So, and then Krishna says a very powerful tool. He says, yato yato nischalati manah chanchalam mathiram tatah tatah niyametad atmani eva vashamnaye. He says, yato yato. Please say that. Yato yato. Jaha jaha. Tato tato. वहां वहां, जहां जहां मन जाएगा वहां वहां से खींच के लाऊंगा। ये किसकी जिम्मेदारी है? हमारी है। किसकी है? मेरी है। वेरी गुड, मेरी है। फैंटास्टिक। हमारी नहीं, किसकी है? गुड, थैंक यू। आपको याद है वाइफ भी मेरी है ना, हमारी नहीं है। वेरी नाइस, थैंक यू। प्लीज रिमेंबर द ओनरशिप इज माइन। टीम वर्क तो ठीक है, लेकिन जब जिम्मेदारी की बारी आती है तो हम हमारी नहीं है, मेरी। यू नो, आई रिमेंबर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेइंग हम इलाहाबाद से आए हैं। दैट्स वेरी गुड, दैट्स वेरी स्वीट, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू रिस्पांसिबिलिटी हमारी नहीं, किसकी है? मेरी है। वेरी नाइस। तो यतो यतो, जहां जहां, ततो ततो, वहां वहां, आई हैव टू सी द पैटर्न ऑफ माय माइंड वॉन्डरिंग। क्या पैटर्न है? कब क्राइसिस आता है, कब कब झगड़ा होता है लाइफ में, लाइक दैट। So I'll drop all this now. This is all mind control, but let's go forward. So the same mind is like a knife. You can use the same mind to kill somebody, or you can use the same knife to save somebody. Yes, no? Yes. Similarly, same mind can be used for contamination and can be used for purification. Okay. And then, so what's the principle Krishna explains? Garbage in, garbage out. Good in, good out. Negativity in, negativity out. Positivity in, positivity out. Whatever goes in, only that comes out. Yes, no? Yes. People watching Big Boss and Roadies, and I don't want to say many things because the camera is there recording. Yeah. But they are watching, you know, I know a gentleman, मैंने पूछा अच्छी मूवीज देखनी चाहिए, बोले yes. आपने लगान देखी? Everybody said yes, he said no. आपने Three Idiots देखी? Everybody said, he said no. Oh, okay, okay, no problem. आपने देखी है भाग मिल्खा भाग? Everybody said yes, he said no. Oh, okay, okay. I said 2-3 more movies which are very good, you know, movies like Mary Kom and other movies. I said, you all have seen? Everybody said yes, he said no. Then I could understand कि ये movies नहीं देखते हैं। बोला नहीं देखता हूँ। फिर कौन सी मूवी देखते हैं? बोला सर मैं वो इमरान हाशमी की मूवी देखता हूँ। Now, if you've got that kind of a value system, and you value somebody's negative value system, his value system becomes your value system. The moment you value somebody's value system, his value system becomes your value system. Yes, no? Come on, lovely. Yes, no? You know what? भगवान राम से कौन ज्यादा प्रेम करती थी, कौशल्या या कैकेयी? कैकेयी। लेकिन एक मंथरा के आने के कारण न केवल अयोध्या का नुकसान हुआ, पूरे भारतवर्ष का नुकसान हुआ। Yes, no? शायद इतना बुरा हाल कर्ण और दुर्योधन का होता नहीं अगर शकुनी बीच में नहीं आते तो। रिमूव द शकुनी एंड मंथरा आउट ऑफ योर लाइफ। You are an average of 5 people you keep yourself in your life around. If you've got wrong people around you, you will have a wrong results. But if you've got right people around you, you will have great results. Yes, no? Yes. You know, इनसे मिस्टर कृष्ण मनी से मिलके मुझे याद आ रहा था, मेरे एक I have a मौसा जी who is also a senior advocate with Supreme Court. और क्योंकि मिस्टर हंसराज चुप भी यहाँ है तो उनकी किताब में उनकी फोटो भी लगी हुई थी। उस दिन तो मुझे याद आ गया उनके बारे में, मिस्टर यूके चौधरी, उमेश कुमार चौधरी। यस, सो ही इज माय मौसा जी। आई वाज डिस्कसिंग विद हिम, आई आस्क्ड हिम, मैंने कहा क्या ग्रोथ का, आपकी ग्रोथ का, सक्सेस का क्या कारण है? यू स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम राइट फ्रॉम द यू नो एब्सोल्यूट बेसिक्स। ही सेड वन थिंग, हैव ग्रेट पीपल अराउंड यू, दैट्स व्हाट कृष्णा सेड। ही सेड आई मेड सम 2-3 सुप्रीम कोर्ट के उधर उधर के जजेस थे जिनको मैंने अपना मेंटर बना लिया। And I learned things with them quickly. They did not give me business, but they gave me guidance. I have the guidance, the wealth will come back. But if I have wealth and no guidance and wisdom, whatever I have will also go back. Yes, no? Yes. Good. Have right people around you. When you've got right people, garbage in, garbage out. Positivity in, positivity out. Whatever you're putting inside the mind, only that is going to come out as a content. आपने देखा हमने अब तक बात क्या करी है? अगर परिस्थितियां ठीक करनी है तो भी मनस्थिति ठीक करिए, अगर रूट्स ठीक करने हैं तो भी रूट्स ठीक करिए. शुरुआत किससे है? मेरे माइंडसेट से. यस नो? गुड, वेरी नाइस. देखिए आप लोग डिवोटीज हैं. There is a shloka on devotion where Krishna speaks. Manushyanam sahasrechu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschid mam veti tatvata. Krishna says, हजारों में से कोई एक भगवान की शरण में आने का प्रयास करेगा. ऐसे हजारों जो प्रयास करेंगे उनमें से कोई एक उनके नजदीक पहुंचेगा, और ऐसा कोई एक जो नजदीक पहुंचेगा इस तरह के हजारों में से कोई एक होगा जो उनको पूरी तरह जान पाएगा. यस नो? So that's what Krishna says, that you may have to continuously keep moving. The moment you become relaxed, you're gone, you're left behind. Whose choice? Who is responsible for our devotional services? Who is responsible? We are responsible. Yes, no? No, I am responsible. Krishna says toward the end of the Bhagavad Gita, he says, would you like to chant this shloka? Iti te jnanam akhyatam guhyat guhyataram maya vimrashe tadasheshena yatha ichchati तथा कुरु. कृष्ण ने मैंने तुम्हें पूरा गीता का ज्ञान दे दिया है अर्जुन, उस पर चिंतन करो. और फाइनली से यथा मतलब जैसे, इच्छति इच्छा, तथा वैसे, कुरु करो. किसकी इच्छा है? अर्जुन तुम्हारी इच्छा है, जो तुम करना चाहते हो करो. तुम्हारे घर के बाहर दाईं तरफ टेंपल है और बाईं तरफ शराब का ठेका है. जाना है तुम्हारे को, चॉइस तुम्हारी है, मैं तुम्हें फोर्स नहीं करूंगा. यू हैव टू चूज व्हाट यू वांट टू डू. यस नो? यू हैव द फ्रीडम टू चूज, एंड दैट्स व्हाट द लॉर्ड सेड. सो लेट्स चूज द बेस्ट डिसीजन. जो मेरी जिंदगी है वो चुनावों का परिणाम है. लोकसभा राज्यसभा का चुनाव नहीं, मेरे जीवन के चुनावों का परिणाम है. मैं क्या चुनाव करता हूं वो निर्धारित करेगा मैं कहां पहुंचूंगा. Here there is a feedback form by Arjuna. The motivational seminar is about to end and Arjuna is giving a feedback form. Would you like to hear Arjuna's feedback form? Yes, no? Yes. Okay. Arjuna says, Arjuna vacha nashtamoho smritir labda tvat prasadan mayachita sthito asmin gatsandeha karishye vachanam tava. Arjuna says, Bhagavad Gita के एंड में जब पार्टिसिपेंट हो ना तो अर्जुन जैसा हो, वरना ऐसे भी तो पार्टिसिपेंट होते हैं बस बैठे हैं. बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, ठीक है, कंफर्टेबल था सेमिनार बहुत. थैंक यू वेरी मच. क्या समझ में आया? बस आपको तो पता ही, क्या बताएं क्या समझ में आया. बहुत कुछ समझ. अर्जुन इज नॉट लाइक दैट, वेरी फोकस्ड. ही सेड नष्ट मोह, मेरा मोह क्या हो गया है? स्मृति लब्धा, मेरी स्मृति मेमोरी वापस आ गई है. तो प्रसादान्मयाच्युता, हे कृष्ण, जस्ट बिकॉज़ ऑफ योर मर्सी स्थितोऽस्मि, अब मैं स्थित हो गया हूं. गत संदेह, मेरे संदेह चले गए हैं. करिष्ये वचनम तवा. अनुपम खेर साहब मेरे बड़े अच्छे मित्र हैं, फेसबुक पर हमारे जुड़े भी रहते हैं, काफी पिक्चर शेयर करते हैं. अपनी किताब में उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि भीगा हुआ इंसान बारिश से डरता नहीं है. क्यों नहीं डरता है जी? पहले ही भीगा हुआ है. Right? If you've seen some failure, don't worry. What do you want to do? Give up or get up? Come on, give up or get up? What do you want to see? Hopeless end or endless hope? Endless hope. Fantastic. Wonderful. A breakdown or a breakthrough? Breakthrough. So Krishna is helping us, converting the breakdowns into a breakthrough by switching us on. And that's the Arjuna's feedback. Arjuna says, Karishye vachanam tava. वही करूंगा जो आपने मुझे कहा है करने को. And then feedback of different participants. There was a participant called Sanjay also. You want to hear Sanjay's feedback? Yes, no? Yes. Okay. Sanjay gives the feedback. The Bhagavad Gita is about to end. I mean, Bhagavad Gita is finished. It's only a feedback which is going on. And Sanjay says, Iti ham vasudevasya parthasya cha mahatmana samvadamimam ashrusham adbhutam brahmaharshanam. Sanjay says, अरे ऐसा अद्भुत संवाद सुन लिया मैंने भाई, कमाल हो गया. भगवत गीता मैंने सुन लिया. वो ही शिवरिंग. इसे संवादम इमम अश्रुषम, किससे? वासुदेवस्य पार्थस्य, वासुदेव कृष्ण और पार्थ मतलब अर्जुन, उनका मैंने ये ज्ञान सुना है। अद्भुतम, रोम हर्षण मतलब रोंगटे खड़े हो जाना, रोम हर्षित हो जाना। एंड देन संजय का फीडबैक थोड़ा लंबा है, बिकॉज संजय गॉट एक्सट्रीमली एक्साइटेड। He said, I came into a buy one get one free offer. It was given to Arjuna, actually I also got an opportunity. So he got extremely, his heart is swelling with the gratitude. He's so much happy. बोला यार क्या मौका मिले, आज तो भगवद गीता सुनने का नहीं है। And he gets so excited, he says, व्यास प्रसाद आश्रुतवान, तो he's thanking व्यासदेव। बोले व्यास जी की कृपा से मुझे ये opportunity मिली। He's thanking his, service authority also. So the wife may thank the husband that thank you for bringing me here and allowing me to attend the program. Thank you very much. You could have taken me somewhere else, but thank the children can thank their parents. Thank you for bringing me here. He says, व्यास प्रसाद आश्रुतवान, कि व्यास की कृपा से मैंने सुन लिया है, एतद् गुह्यम् अहम् परम, ऐसा गुह्य ज्ञान मुझे मिला। योगम योगेश्वरात् कृष्णात् साक्षात् कथयतः स्वयं, साक्षात स्वयं कृष्ण से मेरे को ज्ञान सुनने को मिला। इज गेटिंग वेरी एक्साइटेड। लेकिन संजय शांत नहीं हो रहे, संजय का एक्साइटमेंट बहुत बढ़ गया है। क्या कहते हैं? राजन संस्मृत्य संवादमद्भुतम केशव अर्जुन योग पुण्यम हरिष्यामि च मुहुर्मुहुर् 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 मुहुर्मुहुर्। बोले बार बार मैं खुश हो रहा हूं। भगवद गीता तो समाप्त हो गई है, लेकिन संस्मृत्य स्मरण कर रहा हूं। So the real participant is one who takes the notes and contemplate upon the message when they go back home. Yes, no? Yes. They will take the action plan and real message and they will contemplate enough, meditate enough that it gets translated into an automatic action in the life. So he says कि मैं बार-बार स्मरण कर रहा हूं। That's what a real participant। बोला participant कैसा हो? संजय की तरह कि ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम खत्म हो गया, लेकिन उसके बाद उसका स्मरण खत्म नहीं हो रहा है, बार-बार स्मरण कर रहा है। संवादम इमम अद्भुतम, अद्भुत संवाद सुन लिया है। हरिष्यामि, हर्षित हो रहा हूं। हर्षित होना समझते हैं हम लोग? I am getting extremely excited and happy about it. And then he says, Tacha samsmritya. Now the samsmritya was in the last shloka also, in 77 also. And 78 shloka is about to come, which is the last shloka of Gita. And 77 he says, Tacha samsmritya. Again he says, I am remembering, re-remembering, Rupam ati adbhutam hare. Vismayo me mahan rajan, harishyami cha punah. Hey mahan rajan. हे महान राजन, कौन है महान राजन? धृतराष्ट्र। हे महान राजन, मैं विस्मित हो गया। जैसे समुद्र को आप एक छोटे पाइपलाइन से पास करा दो, तो पाइपलाइन फटने को तैयार हो जाता है, ठीक उसी प्रकार संजय लग रहा है कि मैं इतना बड़ा पात्र नहीं था जो गीता ले पाता, लेकिन मुझे गीता मिल गई है तो खलबली मच गई है मेरे अंदर। He is getting excited and jumping around here and there. He is saying, विस्मयो में महान राजन, हे महान राजन, मैं विस्मित हो गया। हरिष्यामि च पुनः, मैं दोबारा खुश हो रहा हूं, फिर खुश हो रहा हूं। Oh my goodness. So that create the remembrance, solid, and it goes back home when you go back home. The last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, and I request you all to stand after me, please. Yatra yogeshwara Krishna, yatra partha dhanurdhara, तत्र श्री विजयो भूतेर ध्रुवा नीतिर मतिर मम। संजय से यत्र मतलब ये क्या लाभ बता रहे हैं, जिसके पास भगवद गीता है उसको क्या लाभ मिलेगा, जो भगवद गीता पढ़ता है उसको क्या लाभ मिलेगा। मेरा ऐसा मानना है, संजय का भी ऐसा मानना है, और मेरा यानी विवेक बिंद्रा, मेरा भी ऐसा मानना है कि जिस व्यक्ति के पास भगवद गीता का ज्ञान है ना, उसको पृथ्वी की बड़े बड़े कैलामिटीज टच नहीं कर पाएंगे, उसको बड़ी बड़ी चुनौतियों का वो सामना करने की ताकत रखता है। मेरा पर्सनली ऐसा मानना है कि मेरी लाइफ में अपने भी बहुत चैलेंजेस थे, लेकिन भगवद गीता की स्ट्रेंथ पे मैं खड़ा हुआ। Of course, we are doing a lot of business now. I mean, a lot of means, a very good business. We've got a good team of trainers working for us. Maruti, Apollo, Ford, Ram, Baxi, Dabur, Hindustan Times, Steel Authority, NTPC, ONGC, GAIL, Vedanta, BAIL. We've got about over 150 clients in India. A lot of clients that we're doing more than 100, 150 training programs in a year. Some clients like Maruti and Escort, we're doing about 200, 250 training programs in a year. So, Dalmia, Sinhaniyas, Burmans, Jindals, Munjals, Goenkas, Modis, Mittals, you meet any family, they would be knowing me. I had been acting as an executive coach for a lot of them. Why? Just because of the message of Bhagavad Gita, which is giving me a lot of strength. Motivational leadership, soft skill, behavioral trainers तो बहुत हैं, वो हमारी टीम में भी काफी हैं. But when I use East meets the West, Eastern philosophy and Western philosophy combined together to increase the life strength, it helps a lot. Yes, no? Yes. So Bhagavad Gita is a powerful tool. My request to you all is, कोई पूछा तो कौन है विवेक बिंद्रा, जरा आप बताया नहीं डिटेल में. वो बोले कि साहब मिस्टर सिंघानिया के सेक्रेटरी बोले साहब गूगल से पूछ लो, गूगल आपको 10 पेज तक बता देगा विवेक बिंद्रा कौन है. जस्ट टाइप इट इन ऑन गूगल. So he got very inspired and he called me. He said, बोले आपके साथ हम पूरा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आपको देना चाहते हैं for training programs. So I want to request you, आप vivekbindra.com पे जाएंगे ना तो आपको भगवद गीता भगवद गीता भी मिल जाएगी. You can download a copy free of cost. We don't charge and we don't need database. We don't take your email IDs to give you Bhagavad Gita. That's absolutely freely available. And keep reading Bhagavad Gita. Now, Sanjay says, what's the benefit? You want to know the benefit? Yes, no? Yes. The benefit is, यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णा, जहां पे योगेश्वर कृष्ण का गीता है. यत्र पार्थ धनुर्धरा, जहां पार्थ प्रथा पुत्र अर्जुन धनुर्धारी अर्जुन की गीता है, वहां क्या होगा? तत्र वहां पे श्री मतलब फैंटास्टिक लक्ष्मी. धन की कमी इट्स अ बाय प्रोडक्ट, वो अपने आप आ जाएगा. धन की कमी नहीं होगी. आपको एंडेवर धन के लिए नहीं करना पड़ेगा, वो अपने आप आएगा. वेरी गुड. फिर क्या है? विजयो, जहां जाएगा मिट्टी में हाथ लगाएगा सोना बन जाएगा. उसकी विजय हमेशा होगी, उसकी पराजय नहीं होगी जो व्यक्ति गीता के ज्ञान को साथ लेके चलता है. भूतिर मतलब एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी पावर. Extraordinary power. He will have all the power and strength to handle any calamity that is coming on his face. ध्रुवा निश्चित रूप से नीतिर मतलब मोरालिटी, कैरेक्टर, एथिक्स, प्रिंसिपल्स, इंटेग्रिटी. यानी कि श्री, विजयो, भूतिर और नीतिर, ये चारों चीजें. दैट मीन्स एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी पावर, द नेम, फेम एंड द मनी, and Vijayo, all the time victory, and Imandari, the morality, character, ethics, principles, integrity. They all 4 things will automatically be there. And then last he says, Dhruva, Nitir, Matir, Mama. हे राजन, ये मेरा मत है. किसका मत है? मेरा कौन? संजय का मत है. ये संजय का मत है. और ये था भगवद गीता, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. Thank you very, very much. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir, for such an enlightening talk. And I'm sure that all of us present here will try to implement these things which you have given us and told us. And I pray to Swami to provide us with grace and courage for the same. And I would also like to thank all the people who are present today for taking out time and attending this. Now I would request Ras Kotra ji, the chairman of the management committee of Sri Satyasai International Center, to please come on the stage and felicitate Sri Bindra ji with a token of appreciation. Also presenting his books to Bindra ji as a token of appreciation.